I'm handing over the mic to the Dean of this, Professor Ramakutanan. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here today on the second episode of ShatabdiVani. Of course, please. So, this episode we thought will mainly concentrate on the affiliated college faculty as well as our faculty, because we thought NAAC and all these accreditations are very important. And as rightly mentioned by our Honorable Vice Chancellor in the meeting that was conducted with the um affiliated colleges, we would be going in hand with the affiliated colleges. So, whatever are the centenary celebrations of Andhra University, they are not centenary celebrations of university alone, but all of us together. All of us together will make the university. So, that is how we thought the second one, the audience would be mainly from the affiliated colleges. And I thank all of you for supporting this event and coming all the way from your colleges located in different parts of Visakhapatnam to attend this meeting. And we also thank you for taking active participation in this. The first episode we had was for the research scholars. This is the second episode, and we have many more coming up. And the target audience each time would be different. So the next one may be for the skill courses for the students. There also, we want the affiliated colleges also to join hands with us. So in all the events, whatever we are doing, we want the affiliated colleges to be a part of us. Thank you very much. And today's speaker, Dr. Ravindra Reddy Garu. So I request our IQSC coordinator, Anand Gashpat Raju, to introduce our speaker today, Dr. T. Ravindra Reddy.
Thank you, madam. So, good afternoon, everyone. Dr. T. Ravindra Reddy is Chief Executive Officer of the International Institute of Quality Accreditation, IAQA, based in Hyderabad, a native of Warangal, Telangana. Dr. Reddy holds a PhD in nanotechnology-based advanced formulation and drug technology from the University College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Kakati University. He also earned his B Pharma and M Pharma degrees from the Kakati University, Warangal, LLB and LLM from Usmania University, Hyderabad, and alumni of Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. Dr. Reddy is recognized accreditation academic advisor and expert consultant advisory to higher education institutions, both in India and internationally. He is the founder of the International Institute of Quality Accreditation, IIQA, and Ravi Nanosoft, established in 2000. His work in the field of quality assurance and nanotechnology has earned him several accolades, including the prestigious President of Indian Medal. He has served as a visiting professor at the University of the Pacific, California, and has participated in workshops on artificial intelligence and business analytics at global renowned institutions, including Stanford, MIT, Georgia Tech, Harvard, UC Berkeley, and the London School of Economics. Thank you.
I now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, G.P. Rajshekhar sir, to speak a few words on this occasion. Okay, sir.
Yeah, so let me first welcome Professor Ravindra. Hosting here today. Yeah, that is. So in today's world, these academic institutions have to be nurtured and developed to compete with the global competition, almost like a corporate culture. So unless we convert our culture as if we are in a corporate sector, it's very difficult to excel and compete. So most of the times when these accreditation agencies, when they announce, let us say they are coming for accreditation, institutions will run pillar to post to collect the data. Okay. So people try to make all sorts of arrangements as if there is some wedding happening. So for the wedding, we have to make arrangements. Similar in fashion, we try to do all the arrangements. Some are permanent. Ad hoc. I dare to say on this platform that some are very ad hoc, just to meet the criteria of that particular day. So unless we understand what is these templates of various accreditation bodies, how do we maintain data? How do we train our stakeholders? So it's not limited to uh, only faculty. We have to train every stakeholder so that what is their role in the accreditation, etc. And this itself is a subject. So I'm very glad and very honored. We are privileged, sir, that you have accepted and person of this repute today to deliver talk on this important aspect. I wish we would have had more of our university faculty as well, but since we took a pledge, sir, that we make it live to all our affiliated colleges, so maybe a larger audience are viewing. So in that sense, it gives a satisfaction that we are catering to the larger community. So that is done. So we are looking forward for his advices and how his experience and as a pedagogy how this will. And we are very happy that our Office of the Dean Outreach has taken up this ShatabdiVani episodes, and we'll have many of this. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and thank you once again, sir. Let me thank all of you who had come forward from various colleges, and please try to spread the message and whatever take-home message you try to implement best practices of accreditation. I wish more and more institutions will go for accreditation so that the quality will enhance. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. I now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to felicitate our guest today, Dr. T. Ravindra Reddy, sir.
Yeah. Regarding this, proceed with that.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Curriculum Vice Chancellor, Professor Rameshekar Garu, and Sudhir Madam, Dean Outreach, and Ananda Gajapatiraja Garu, and other professors and affiliated colleges, professors and professors. So my immense pleasure to participate in this the ShatabdiVani program lecture series. Today, I would like to discuss the topic NAAC accreditation process ongoing and the MBGL process. NAAC National Assessment and Accreditation Council. It was started in 1994. NAAC head office is there in Bangalore. Now, for autonomous getting, NAAC has become mandatory for the colleges. Before 2000, up to 2005, very few colleges used to apply for NAAC in engineering and medical. Degree colleges used to go for NAAC more and more in universities. Now the trend because of UGC autonomous, the NAAC colleges were started applying. From 2005 to 2024-25, good number of medical colleges and engineering colleges, technical institutes, they have applied for that. The process of accreditation of NAAC is for institute level. And there are two organizations in our country. One is the UGC. In that one, the NAAC is one of the autonomous body established by UGC. And the other one is NBA, is in ACCREDITATION. Okay. NBA is for programs. Now coming to this, the NAAC process as it is a whole institute level. Suppose for example, one department is very strong, the merit of that department will be automatically transferred in the grade calculation to our program. But whereas in the NBA, the program specific, if the program is strong, that program only will get the accreditation. To have a sort of reduce the competition among the colleges and to have a competitive thing. NAAC has dropped its application form in 2024 June 30th, and they have planned to start basic accreditation application. Finally, they named, but now that is changed to basic now. Still, this draft is under process only. They didn't display it on the board of NAAC official website. And MBGL also, they didn't display it on the official website of NAAC. Some workshops have been held in this process of development of application form for the NAAC accreditation process. In this process, some of the workshops where they have discussed some of the material, I would like to share with you all. The thing is that the NAAC is expecting a lot from the institutions now. Because since many of the engineering colleges, medical colleges, universities, already they have been accredited. And colleges which are there, very few are left over. Standard colleges, leave about the low quality colleges. For those colleges, they would like to have the basic application form. Basic application form is very simple, sir. It is having 10 criteria. They have reduced the marks, that is 50% of marks if the institution has scored. They will be giving the accreditation. To have the online verification will be the process for the basic application form. 900 marks are for quantitative online, and 100 marks are for uniqueness or distinctiveness for the basic application form. It's like the encouraging the colleges to apply for the NAAC, and majority of the colleges it's a friendly application to the colleges. Those who have not applied, first timers, it is a friendly application form. Now coming to the major issue, they are having a brainstorming exercise with the NAAC MBGL, that is matured base grade level system. In this one, as they have dropped their application form and they have been conducting the workshops, but by the time so many rules and regulations have come in the government of India, you know better well, our Prime Minister of India, Make India, Digital India, and Smart India. So he has started many programs, that is Prime Minister Atmanirbhar Bharat, and the key aspects of the education, NEP 2020, they have started. So NAAC application form for the MBGL, level 1, level 2, 3, 4, 5, they are planning now. Level 1 to 4 are the National Institutes of Excellence, and level 5 is the Global Excellence. Global Excellence means like Indian Institute of Science, like Andhra University, where Nobel laureates, where the scientists, where the outcome of the graduates are excellent, then they will be given the global excellence. And the colleges which are having already accreditation, they can apply for the MBGL level 1, 2, 3, 4. So the issue here is that the comparative to that of the basic application form, their expectation is very high in the MBGL application form. In the MBGL, it is a rubric form. MBGL is not with one. It is with the NEP 2020. It is with the Sustained Development Goals, and it is with the outcome-based education, and it is with the pedagogy and outcome-based curriculum and research and infrastructure and student outcomes, placements, and governance and budget, and a lot of things they are aligning to have a standard application form. That to be human interference is they are seeing that human interference is very less. The thing is that when a parenting visit is there, they will be staying here for 3 days, 2 days, like that, and they will be visiting this. So they don't want the much interference of the parenting. That way, they would like to planning for the MBGL visits in the hybrid mode. Already they have started the applications which were there in RAF. they are conducting in the hybrid mode only, even for universities referral applications. And the affiliated for the colleges which are autonomous also, the applications which are pending with the NAAC, they would like to complete in 15 days to 20 days. They are planning to have the basic application from launch it. They are in a way. It's all I have taken from internet and workshops. Actually, what is going on in the NAAC inside, that is in the workshops, they have been revealing the what is the exercises that they are doing. And in the MBGL, the main aspect of this is the pedagogy is one of these things, teaching and learning. See, majority of the schools, colleges, apart from the infrastructure, they should have a learning system. So now teaching and learning is very, very important. Now coming to the first part, I would like to take up in the MBGL is the pedagogy and the sustained development goals and the artificial intelligence role in the learning process that I would like to explain to you. Then we will have the outcome-based education. Then we will have the 10 criteria. 10 criteria are very simple. The questions are all quantitative questions. They are planning 90%. The small questions they have given for the basic application form. MBGL application form is not ready for the discussion. It is only in the shaping in the workshops. And there are peer professors in India and abroad. They are visiting to how the assessment will be there in US, how the assessment will be there in Singapore and other countries, how it is being taken place in other places, how to improve the standards of our country accreditation system. What is accreditation? Accreditation is nothing but the continuous quality assurance and maintenance. You call it as an accreditation. Now, coming to this first one, overview of discussion on NEP 2020, you take up. What is the need of NEP 2020? Actually, sir, here onwards in the curriculum, in teaching and in research, everywhere NEP 2020 will be there. What is NEP 2020? Actually, any country will have a policy, like education policy. We had an education policy in 1960s we had, and in 1980s we had, and 1992 also we had, and we had in 2009 education policy is in 2009 right to education to the children. Yes, this is the slide. You can see 1986, 1982 modified a national policy of education. You see, it is with access and equity and the Right to Education Act and the 29 July 2020 NEP 22. What is NEP 2020? It is the objective of the NEP 2020 is quality education. See, what do you mean by education? Education is a process of learning. You may be a teacher, you may be a scientist, you may be a student. It is the process of education is the process of learning. So if you take this, when you want to give the quality education, see, what is the value of the education? You can see in this slide, Nelson Mandela, what he has told in his South African university, you need not to put a bomb on the country. You need not to send a long missile on the country. Simply, if you allow your students to copy the examinations, and if you allow them to have malpractices, as well as if you allow them to have the other lowering of quality education, it implies that the country will automatically ruin on its own. This is one, his famous caption. Second one is holistic approach. You may be knowing Swami Vivekananda, all of you. Holistic approach. What do you mean by holistic approach? Holistic approach, physically, mentally, as well as socially, the person should become he has to learn many things that you call it as holistic approach. See, Swami Vivekananda, What he has told, education can unlock all doors for a progress. A nation advances in proportion to the education and intelligence. Next slide. Education is relevant of quality. 21st century world is changing very fast. Next slide. See, this NEP 2020, as I have told you, quality education and global knowledge, superpower, global study. What do you mean by global knowledge? The country education should give a vibrant knowledge to the citizens and to the professors or to the learning community. Thereby, vibrant means who can have knowledge to create, who can have knowledge to understand, who can have knowledge to have attitudes. This you call it as vibrant knowledge. Next. Focus on research is the NEP 2020 one of the main objectives. Next. Academic bank. Academic bank credits, academic bank depository. These are all helpful in NEP 2020. Student, if you make an academic bank credit, it will be very useful. Some of the points I will tell you. Basically, what is NEP 2020 is a student-centric policy, student-centric learning policy, where multiple entry and multiple exits you will have. You will be having your own curriculum you can choose, and you will be having the interdisciplinary courses you can have, and you can have the choice to opt for the courses. Suppose, for example, you are studying BA, and you can also take some other course, computer course, provided if you have got enough knowledge in that course to study, there will be some sort of prerequisite test they keep, and they will allow you to have the course. Next. This already we have discussed. Next one. What is the NEP 2020? NEP 2020 is having 5 pillars. One is the access and quality, equity, and affordability and accountability. What do you mean by access? Access is one, it should be available to all. That you call it as access. So now the 50% students to be the gross enrollment ratio, right? 35, it will be 50% according to the NEP survey. Quality means quality covers many things. Quality will come with good faculty, quality will come with good infrastructure, quality will come with good research. So many factors are there for quality and equity. So you can see this in a figure. Yeah. See, this is equity, this is equality. So now you are adjusting in equity the persons to the target level. What you call it as equity. This you call it as equality. So equality means you are giving the same proportion of the height beds to them and or stools to them, but there you are adjusting to the equal need. You can see the quality of an education system can never exceed the quality of its teachers. Always, the education system is connected to the teacher. So, teacher is the mentor for it. Empower the teachers to empower the students. First, you have to empower the teacher. Then only the teacher will empower the students. Next. India is one of the youngest nations in the world. You can see, according to the statistics, 50% of population, less than 25 years, 60% of population is very grandparents. So coming to this, why education policy is wrong? Means most of the young generation is, if you take the US, if you take Canada and some countries, there the average life will be more than 70, 60 plus. Here, the average life is around 70. So, if you can see the Marines, they will be very active at the age of 25 years, 90 years, universities, research and all. So, coming to this, our Prime Minister would like to have the education to our children, all children who are coming on medical education, or any sort of pharmaceutical education, or the business management, in a long way of introducing of the technology into the teaching and learning, and AI into the teaching and learning. Now coming to this, students of 25 years of population. Now, in one of the lectures, you can see many of them say that the 6 sections are there in one engineering college, 8 sections are there in one engineering college, like that. But we are preparing the engineers for the globe. Really speaking, we are the computer science engineers. What we are preparing here is not for Visa, it's not for Hyderabad. We are preparing it for globe. We are moving it to, we are passing into various countries. So that's why any example, if you take China and India is the available source of HR to the any of the foreign countries. So to educate this only 25% of the age group children. So you need to have facilities in your country. So to have facilities, you have to have the technology. So next. The education has got education has got a lot of importance. See that child is educated, is a child lost. See, if you don't have education in future, it's very difficult for a child to survive. Additional roles of a teacher in higher education. See, the rules of a teacher in higher education: disseminate knowledge, create knowledge, research, academic administration, outstanding teacher research. Now, the teacher should have, and the student, in order to empower the student, he should have skills. See, the student has got very good technical skills, but he is not having communication skills. What happens in 2 years, the selection for the jobs? Communication will be also one of the important tools. What he is thinking he can able to explain to the present to the meeting which is there in the meeting. So that's why communication has got lot of presentation has got lot of the importance. See, if you don't have communication, nobody will listen to you. Only what you are saying, others should understand you. Next. See, all the big speakers, once they are not big speakers. Challenges in the 30%. Challenges of the present age. What remembering all this. Next. Next slide. See now, this is the age for mass education. Education is big. And the demand for the education is increasing. And we cannot get that many universities. So we have to have a technology and AI for this. Well, the artificial intelligence is the age of the 21st century. What do you mean by artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is simulating the human knowledge and human intelligence. To have ability create, precise, and to contain, they are giving the bank to it. So, the critical is no critical thinking, no critical analysis, no research base. Gaps in danger due to the AI political. Yes, sir. Recent analysis done around the Swiss bank is Dan's CEO Tesla. AI systems will be smarter than the smartest human fully by next year. We can see in the other part. Internet is so many companies established in Taiwan who have fixed which is this the talk of the town. We will begin. Again. Next. Sustainable development goals. See, what do you mean by sustainable? Long stability. So, in the development, sustainable development, SDG 4 is main topic. In this one, SDG 4, economic sustainability is. What do you mean by economic sustainability? Economic sustainability means you might have heard about PBS or another industry. The influence of the great economic policy of India. Just today, we are here with far with the other countries because of our economic policy which we had during this time is in force. Slowly, we are acquiring a lot. Economics, the value of the economics is a great. After this, Arthika Shastra, instead of economics, Arthika law, Samajika, socio-economic needs. Now, the SDGs, there are 17 SDGs. Yeah. What do you mean by sustainable? Something which can be maintained for long period of time for future generation is called a sustainable development. Progress of economic development for current generation. Sustainable development. Development which meets needs of current generation without compromising ability future generation to meet their needs. See, this is about the SDG 4 and 17 SDGs are there. UN have introduced this 17 SDGs. Sustainable future, just now I told you, population explored, fast depletion of the resources, water scarcity, and problem of environmental degradation and climate change. Suppose you would focus on the sustainable development goals. There are 17 goals are there. That is the lowering of the poverty and equality and terrestrial and like this. So many are there. Equity is one of the sustainable development goal and research like this. This one, population explore. If you want plan for the future food grains for the country, so you will be having sudden setback of the shortage of food in the country. So you have to plan. And next, water scarcity. In the cities, already water scarcity is there. You have to plan for the population to have drinking water as well as the water using for the other purposes. Environmental degradation. This is the carbon sequestration and climate change, rising sea levels, increase in the atmospheric temperature. So, if the atmospheric temperature is abnormally, the climatic changes are there, the sea level will also have changes. Next. These are the sustainable development goals. So 193 countries have signed it. Next. Next. So this is what already I have told you. The multidisciplinary education allows students to gain a deeper understanding of the subject matter through the lens of different disciplines. Multidisciplinary education is one of the important, that is your interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, and the multiple entry exit and holistic education, quality education, and APAR and academic bank credit, academic bank depository, and the education for the common man, education should reach the common man. These are all the NEP 2020 quality of education. This already I told you. Next. NAAC also introduced this Sustainable Development Goals in its application form. Next. Times of India it was reported. Next. 21st century learning, what you do is the deeper learning and rigorous academic content. Next. See now, we have come to our topic. These are all there in the NAAC MBGL, sir. NEP 2020, the new application form of NAAC will be with the 50 to 60% of the new syllabus, which is not there in the earlier application. The new questions will come from the NEP 2020. You have to organize the workshops for NEP 2020. And you have to adopt the NEP 2020 in curriculum. And you have to have the outcome-based curriculum, outcome-based teaching learning. And then only the accreditation will be possible, NAAC accreditation will be possible in the MBGL. And just now, I have explained about the Sustainable Development Goals. SSC 4 is equity is directly connected to the NAAC application for MBGL in future. And now, pedagogy. What do you mean by pedagogy is art and science of teaching. You call it as pedagogy. Structure of the talks. Part 1, Part 2 are there. What constitutes the quality of education in the digital age? Pedagogy for imparting quality of education in the digital age. 2 parts are there. Next. 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 See, education, you have formal, non-formal, informal education, learning, knowledge, skill, and personality. You may be knowing the definition of program skills, program outcomes. Knowledge, skill, and attitude. Earlier it was behavior, knowledge, skill, and attitude. Here also, knowledge, cognitive, skills, psychomotor, and personality, art, and the goals of education. Why we have to have the education, being good human being, responsible citizen, and a holistic development. So coming to this, what do you mean by a knowledge? Knowledge is the knowing about the topic, any machine or engine or anything, knowing about it, you call it as a knowledge. And skill. Skill is, there are 2 types of skills, theoretical skills, laboratory skills. Laboratory skills are at higher thinking levels than the theoretical skills. And the personality. We will say that he is a good person. How can you say that he is a good person? His attitude, his behavior, his approach, his benevolence, all these we take it as a good person. Next. It's related to heart. Now, Mahatma Gandhi, what he has told about the perception. What do you mean by a perception? In accreditations, perception is a very big part. Once the committee has visited your campus, they will look into your first premises from the starting of the gate to the infrastructure, as well as your green campus, as well as your equipment, laboratories, arrangements, and faculty. All overall perception you will have. What do you mean by a perception? Perception is overall consolidated the view of a person. See, your perceptions become your beliefs. Your beliefs will become your thoughts. And your thoughts will become words, words will become actions, actions will become habits, habits become values. See, now, basically, the perception, first it comes with the belief, then the belief will become thoughts, thoughts will become words, and you can have the actions through words and habits and values, and finally it is the destiny. Next, you can say here the global excellence for MBGL and colleges can see the so from this college what I heard is biochemistry department. So from this college what I heard is biochemistry department. The US and UK he had done research on artificial genes. That is in the anthropology. That is he has done on genes. So how the characters are being carried out from the parents to the offsprings in that one. In that connection, he has done the DNA, RNA chains, and some models will be there. In that one, he has done a great research. So I heard a story of him. He tried for a job in this university. He didn't get it. And since he didn't get the job, he went to UK for pursuing of the education. Thereby, his knowledge was recognized. And he had become a peer person. I heard a story, but it's true or not, I don't know. Next. See, the Premier League, the top companies globally, yes, rankings are very famous. See, maybe Bombay, you have the ranking of 0 to 5 is 118 and 150, I should tell you. So you can see this, we are not below 100. What is the reason for this? Is we are not taking up the global accreditations. One of the reasons is that that's why the NAAC also started because of that. Our syllabus is not considered in the in Dubai and other countries, Thailand and other countries, due to our curriculum is not globally accredited, or that's why we have to have a ranking. Even Tier 1 MBA also, we have started the recognizing of our syllabus and our the teaching and learning methods, and this on par with the other application board of engineering and technology. So like this, we have top universities in QS rankings. QS ranking, if you have this, lot of grants you will be getting from the various organizations like UN and Government of India and other places. Next, what do we teach and how do we teach and how do we assess? This is the model what do we teach is we are teaching curriculum to the students. Next one is how do we teach pedagogy? That means it is a process of art and science of teaching. We call it as the pedagogy. Assessment is with examinations, quiz and assignments, objectives and projects and various that is the case studies and conceptualization and slip tests, blast tests, like this. So many things we conduct. Education in India is like this. Next, curriculum. What do we teach? Curriculum is a total learning experience. Next. See, as far as the knowledge is, what we know is a drop. So, what is knowledge is a ocean. Next. Now, curriculum, you can say that, like syllabus, 4 sections to be included. Knowledge is going very fast. Modern syllabus. Next. See, is a very top person, Bharat Ratna awarded scientist C.N.R. Rao says 90% of the universities in India need to revise and improve curriculum. In ShatabdiVani, it means based curriculum. See, in NEP 2020, the quality emphasis is there on the skills. Majority of the courses, anything, in some of the companies also now, like Starbucks, like Google, like the other companies, they are asking the students with skills apart from the degrees what they have got. So skills have got a lot of value in this 21st century. Next. If you are afraid of failure, you don't deserve to be successful. You may be knowing Bill Gates. It means success will come only with confidence. See, quality education in the 21st century, knowledge, 21st domain-specific skills, values, attitudes, competence. Next one. 21st century skills categories. Skills are learning skills, literacy skills, life skills. You can show these 3 types of skills. Learning 4C, you can say critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication. 4C learning skills. Literacy skills, you have information, media, technology. IMT, information, media, technology. And FLIPS, life skills, flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, social. Next. Next. See, one can't be competent without enough skills, requisite skills in present age. Individuals need to equip with the necessary skills to thrive in the 21st century. Next. See, the knowledge is of 2 types. Just now, I have told you. Knowledge is theoretical, knowing what to do, while skills are practical, knowing how to do. What to do, how to do. First, you should know what to do. Then, next step is how to do. So, these next. You can see this. This is a very popular Bloom's taxonomy. So, this we are following in the developing of the syllabus for the subjects in BOS. So, you will be writing the course outcomes and you follow the Bloom's taxonomy levels. So, Bloom's levels are, you can call it as thinking levels. Lower order thinking levels, higher order thinking levels. See, what is the Bloom's revised thinking levels? Remember, and knowledge, and you have applied, analyze, evaluate, and create. You can see this: remembering, understanding, applying. These 3 are lower levels of thinking skills. And if you take up analyzing, evaluating, creating, generally the theory will be the theory will be up to the remembering, understanding, applying. Until unless the subjects are like machine design, subjects are like the theory subjects which inculcate a lot of involutes in it, then you. But whereas if you take assignments, whereas if you take projects, these are all having the higher level skills. See now, what is remembering, what is understanding, what is applying, what is analyzing, what is evaluating, what is creating. This Bloom's levels to take up. Simply, I'll take one example. There is a waterfall of 100 meters height. And the water is falling from 100 meters height. Calculate the temperature generated at the bottom of the 100 meters waterfall. First step is remembering, that is, when the water is at 100 meters height, it is having potential energy. That is PE is equal to MGH. Mass, gravity, and it is H is height, MGH. Now, coming to this, when the water is falling, equation remembering, then when water is falling, it is converted into kinetic energy of a mass. When it is falling down, it is nothing but energy. The energy neither created, law of conservation of energy, nor it is destroyed. So, the potential energy which is there is being converted into kinetic energy, means you are using the knowledge and you are applying the equations and remember, and you are having knowledge of equations and you are applying those equations. That is, when it is falling at the ground, see how much the temperature is generated. So, temperature generated is equivalent to the work done at the base. So, now the work done at the base is, now taking this, The capacity or ability of a object to do the work is called as its energy. So now it's coming to this mgh half mv square is converted into energy. Energy is equivalent to work done. W is equal to gh. J is equal to, it is the joules per calorie. H is equal to mst. M is the mass and S is the specific gravity of water. E is the T2 minus T1. Now, if you apply these, the temperature you can calculate with these equations. Now, you are changing the different heights of waterfall and you are arranging a turbine at the base and different values. When you arrange a turbine at the bottom of 100 meters waterfall, now the first the potential energy converted to kinetic energy into the mechanical energy and electrical energy. The pump is moving, electrical energy. For different heights, for different set of the turbines, samples, you can have data. So when you apply different heights, you will get the data. With that data, you will evaluate. And with that evaluation, you can create a new turbine, you can optimize for generation of the power. So all these six you can have in this. First, remember, then understanding, then applying, then analyzing, then evaluating, then creating. These three are the higher order of thinking levels. These three are the lower order of thinking levels. Mostly theory will be here. Now coming to the psychomotor domain skills. Even in the program skills also, you will have the cognitive skills and effective skills and psychomotor skills. Psychomotor skills means with muscle, you will be doing this skills, psychomotor domain, manipulation, precision, articulation, and naturalization. See now, skill, what is it? This is the knowledge, this is the skill. Skill means if anything is there, a carpenter, if he say an article, he will study that with his skill, but he will imitate and he will develop design and precision, articulation, and naturalization. You will get it into a natural one. And next one is effective domain, receiving phenomena, responding to the phenomena, valuing, organization, and internalization of values. Next, knowledge, skills, and personality. Next. Lack of 21st century skills hinder the students' progress. Next. 21st century skills for students. Now what is happening, our the children, they go to school with good amount of the volume of books in their bags and they go to there. And the parents will have every month and every assignment checking of the progress card and they tell their children, so why you have scored less marks like that. That means our education is a formal education where the rote education is there, where the teaching and the conducting of exams like this. It is having a pressure on the mind of the student. That's why in NEP 2020, the education age groups, what they have given is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. What they have given is age groups. 6 years he will start the education. 6 years, by the time they come to first class, LKG, UKG, and first class, then the second class, third class, this one stream. And then next stream is 3, then next stream is 3, next stream is 4. So why this is being means? See, 94% of the brains will be matured by the time the kid gets 6 years of age. That's why in NEP 2020, the school education will be also there. That's very, very important in higher education, school education. What are the objectives of that quality education, school education, and different aspect. Now, see, you can see this next. Next. See this, they want skill. The degrees are one part, they want skill for this. Use skills based on the degree from some university and having good skills and you learn the skills and online. So next one. Next. See, this is what we have discussed already, the competence. How do you get the competence? you will get the competence with knowledge, skill, and behavior of person. So center one you got, it is competence is there. Competence is a bring of knowledge, skills, and aptitude. If you miss anything, the competence factor will reduce. Next. 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 These are all you will be knowing. Next. See, in the education types of pedagogy, teacher centric and learner centric. Okay.
So now we have a 5 minutes tea break, and we have some tea is arranged in the Center Hall. I request all of you please join us for the tea break. Students, dear students, kindly.
It's a monologue method, and same information will be passed to the students. And this methodology focuses more on examination and scoring of marks. And this is about the mark sheets. And effective learning missing. Need to shift to the learner-centric pedagogy. Learner-centric pedagogy now is a better engagement. So, the learner-centric pedagogy is experiential learning, ICT empowered methods, AI empowered methods, and experiential learning. This one you will be learning while doing it. It is called as experiential learning. And when you do with the experience plus reflection will be the learning. Experiential learning leads to the better understanding. How in the classroom, how a lecture, one can understand the retention rate of the student is 5%, reading 10%, audio visual 20%, demonstration 30%, discussion group 50%, and practice by doing 72%. Each other's immediate use 80%. So, if you do it with some experience, you can retain more, student can retain more than the mere classroom lecture. Challenges to these methods for understanding ICT empowered. See, ICT is with e-learning MOOCs and Swayam portal. See, these are the most open learning courses. The courses Swayam portal, 4,000 courses are there. So the philosophy of MOOCs is this is ICT based the teaching learning anytime, anywhere, anywhere. So large number of students you can able to teach. A teacher can teach with this technology. See NPTEL, video lessons and MOOCs, massive open online courses, ATL, anytime learning. Self-learning. So National Digital University, see now the UGC has given permission to the Digital University also. Nearby Mumbai was established. Next. What is the use of digital university? Unlimited seats, flexible learning, large variety, education, affordable education, minimal eligibility. Next. ICT empowered. Next. Next. Project-based learning. So we'll be going. Next. Inquiry-based learning. Next. Project-based learning. Problem. How to understand. Next. Collaborative learning. Next. Think, pair, share method. So one person you will have idea. You will share to the other person. Other person will, these two will share ideas to the group. Thereby more the idea refinement will be there. Next. Turning your classroom into a collaborative. Collaborative one with one other. New idea will come. Next. Internship. Next. So what are the uses of internship? Benefits. Next. So next. Next. Flipped classroom model. Next. So they two have developed this. Next. ID Mumbai is doing well in this. Next. ICT empowered pedagogy. Next. Blended learning. See, offline and online both will be there. Next. And knowledge online. Next. Face to face, blended, hybrid online. Next. Blended learning and teaching. Next. So this, if you take flipped classroom and in class, you can remember, understand. And outside class, this is traditional class. If you take flipped model, outside class, it is understand, remember. in class, have flexible classroom model. What are infrastructure is required for this? Next, 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 next. ICT empowered methods, AI empowered methods. Next, next, AI empowered. Technology in education is a journey. Next. So this you are doing 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. How the technology is improving. Next. So industrial revolution, that's 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. I can explain this well, but the other slides also there. Next, education system. Next, emergence of new technologies, world 2030. Next, the technology that will drive the changes in future, IoT, robotics, artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles, and the augmented learning, virtual learning. Next, 4.0 AI. Next. What is artificial intelligence? This I have told you already. Next, 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 next. Quantum computing. This is a new technology. Actually, the quantum phenomena, the computer and the particles are at the quantum mechanics phenomenon, wave form as well as particulate form is Laplace principle and Huygens principle. When a particulate lower levels, it transmits and the properties for each speed then more than the AI, the quantum computing is like a quantum computer is a computer that takes advantage of quantum mechanical phenomena. Small scale physical matter express properties of both parties and waves and quantum computing leverages this behavior. So what I told you is a particulate form as well as the wave form, Huygens form as well as the next. Faster internet, OI, next. AI is revolutionary, next. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence will replace the so many teachers, next. By next 2050, the classroom teaching, physical teaching will be basic. Next. Next. The artificial intelligence is personalized learning, customized learning will be there. What do you want? See, the tailor-made requirements you can make to the artificial intelligence. Next. Personalized learning. Next. 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 Tutor. Okay, sir, we will close this. We will go for the actually binary application form. You can put this slide open. Next slide. This slide for university faculty it will be very convenient. Specifically for applying a basic NAAC application form, we will study now. Yeah. So you can see this. If you would like to apply for NAAC, first you have to register your institute with the NAAC. The first step is the registration process with the email ID. One login to register page will be there in the NAAC website. You have to register your institute. In that one, you have to give college name and the society name and your email ID. Once you submit the application form, user ID password. First step. Without user ID password, login. You will be having a portal, NAAC portal. Your institute portal will be there. With that portal, you can apply the pre-qualifier. Actually, earlier its name was IIPA, Institute Information Quality Assurance, but now it is changed to pre-qualifier. Now they are planning to change this name. Even SSR name also they are planning to change it. So please stay with the pre-qualifier. 25,000 something was there. In the pre-qualifier, what are the documents required is, in the pre-qualifier, you need to have your approval letters, university application, ACCREDITATION approval letter, or the UGC approval letters, and NMC medical course approval letters, and ISHA, that is the All India Higher Education ISHA letters, and the courses that you are offering. These documents you have to scan and upload in the pre-qualifier. Next, submit the pre-qualifier, then clarifications if any they want, they will, and accept or reject. 3 times you can find the pre-qualifier. Next. Pre-qualifier application. Institute has to submit the pre-qualifier application through HA portal. So basically, two batches should come out and complaints, profile information, and pre-qualifier fees 25,000. All documents next. Decision will be informed within 50 days, accepted, rejected. Decision is permitted 3 attempts consequently with a single meeting. Next. And list of documents required. Just now I told you all these 2F, 12B, and ACT, NMC, and AQRs, 4 AQRs for the college which is already have got NAAC accreditation, and statutory cells, that is RTI, and the governing body, and the reverse and result cell, and the internal complaints committee, like this, some of the committees you have to registration fee reports. Not binary, not for binary. AQR is not required for binary. AQR is required for MBGL. The registration is common. Not required. For NAAC, applying it, 2F12B is not required. If you have 2F12B, the fees reduction will be there. Whatever is. But 2F12B is mandatory for 2F is mandatory for UCC attendance. Not 12B, 2F is mandatory. Next. See, these are a process. Executive summary will have to write about the institute. We will be giving for placements, profile, and all that. Executive summary, when it is started, society name, and what are the courses that you are offering, and what the faculty are there, what is your objective, genesis of the institute, like that. You have to write what is the research profile, what is university profile, all that. Profile of the institution, and NEP, National Education Policy, institute initiatives for electoral literacy. It's very simple. Electoral literacy, and students who are under 18 years age. So, if how many you have registered your students studying in your college, like that, you have a mechanism of it. Yes. It is very simple, and it's a quality indicator framework. In the questions in the application form, SSR, you will have 2 types. For the newly applying the basic the accreditation, or for the MBGL, you will be having 2 categories of questions. One category of question you call it as quantitative, another category of question you call it as a peer team, or you can have it in the right hand. You can see that is a peer team or QLM. You can press qualitative. This two, and quantitative score will be more in number in future than the qualitative score. Even if the qualitative is there for MBGL, most of the validations will be coming from the online. That to be the quantitative also, they would like to give to this evaluation to the not to the DVB third party. They are planning to give to the premier institutions like Osmania University, Andhra University, APR, Kakinada, IIT, like these premier institutions. They are planning to give, not to the experts. There is a lot of changes in the NAAC. And as for the information that we have in the internet, they are changing a lot the evaluators also. And now they are giving the opportunity to the institutes to evaluate the affiliated colleges and and universities in the NAAC accreditation. The process, total they would like to have revamped that process. Next. So 2 times PLM, QLM, 2 times. Next one. Pre-qualification fees and accreditation fees. Next. Logistic fees. At the time of visit, next. Assessment outcomes, part 1, online, hybrid, report, graphical representation, score. How the score will be given means, percent will be there, and I will explain you. Next. Binary accreditation. See, this, now they are calling it as basic accreditation also. It is aligned with NEP 2020. First only I have told you. The countries should have a policy, like foreign policy, like research policy, like defense policy. Education policy is also imparting quality education to all. NEP 2020. See, NEP 2020 is giving a lot of leverage to the students. Student-centric learning, we can call this. 5 pillars, student-centric learning, the 5 pillars. One is the pillar of accessibility, equity, and equality, and affordability. And accountability. These 5 pillars I have explained in the first class system, that is NEP 2020. NEP 2020 is the anywhere you will find in the accreditation process, either in the National Board of Accreditation or in the the NAAC application form, binary or MBGL. NEP 2020 is very important. SDGs are very important. Outcome-based education is very important. Research is very important. But the binary research is not that much they are looking into it. Primary aim is to, through the application for maximum, and to encourage the institutions what for the workshops what they have told is. But MBGL is very tough and their expectations are very high. In the MBGL, not so easy to have the MBGL. One institute, one data, one nation expected to become. Means you have to keep your data in your website. From that website only your faculty list or your research publications or your labs or your other the governing body, audit reports, everything. Which are there in the website, you have to submit to the NBA same, you have to submit to the NAAC same, you have to submit to the JNU same. So one institute, one data, one nation also will be coming in future, but in our country, it's not so easy to have the anything that is to be implemented. It takes a lot of time. One to one. They are feeling that not many. Why this NBA? Why this NAAC? Put it under one. That is National Education Council. We can have Accreditation Council. There are some proposals from IITs also, but see, it is going on. They have their own system. NAAC is having own infrastructure, own staff. NBA is having its own infrastructure and staff. It's not so easy to turmoil immediately one to other. It's being in shape for future. We will hope for the faculty time is being wasted for the NAAC, NBA, and developing of the documentation and studying about it. Very busy with the formats, filling, and all the way. If you can say 50% of the faculty time is what with accreditation process in engineering colleges, medical colleges. I don't know much in degree colleges, but so very tough because there are a lot of benefits with the NAAC accreditation process. The stakeholders will have a lot of influence over the NAAC A grade, A plus, A. That's why they have removed the grade system. Means you can see that there's a lot of difference between NBA and NAAC. NBA you have got 600 marks out of 1000, you will be getting accreditation. That means some little criteria, 4 criteria, 5 you have to have the 40% of marks. And NBA is somewhat is affordable for the even normal colleges also. But coming to the NAAC, A grade means 75.25%. 60% NBA you are getting. A grade that is 75%, 75.25%. And A plus it is around 80%. A plus it is around 84%. 84% means IT correctly. Colleges which are having A plus. And means the grade giving here is like the very competitive earlier, but now they would like to reduce this competition. They will be giving the level system, but even in the level system also they have to have some questions, some weightage of marks, and the nomenclature may be different, but level 1, level 2, level 3, 4, as I have told you, 5, global excellence, this already I have told you, removes 10 attributes. These are there in your basic application form as well as in the MBGL application form. Earlier, the NAAC criteria are, you will be having 7 criteria. Same 7 criteria have been divided into these 10 criteria, that is curriculum design, faculty resources, infrastructure, financial resources, management. And this you can have input, process, and outcome. What do you mean by input? Input means you are giving the numbers. That is, you have first one is the curriculum is one of the input that you have got, and next one what you have got is infrastructure is one of the infrastructure is one of the input, and faculty resources and financial resources management. So if you take up this is for university, this is for autonomous, this is for affiliated. You can see affiliated colleges are having more marks, 275 marks, and autonomous colleges 225 for the universities. Because universities will have state-of-art infrastructure, so that's why the marks which are given for the affiliated colleges in this column, this is all input-based: curriculum, faculty, infrastructure, financial resources. And next one is learning and teaching, extended curriculum engagements, governance, administration. This is the process. Process means it is in the execution. What you do is then outcome. Student outcomes are research, innovation. Student outcomes is placements, higher education result, and entrepreneurship like awards, rewards, and all the student outcomes you will have, and research publications, and Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 journals, and IPRs, and you have textbooks, and you have chapters, book chapters, you have PhD guidance, and sponsored research, and research, but the peer research, so many things are there in the research. So we a peer journal reviewer, so many things will be there. And next one is the sustainable outcomes and green initiatives. This sustainable outcomes is green audit, energy audit, environmental audit, and the green campus to promote the campus. You will have this. See, actually, sir, there is no change in the previous application form to this application form. Only the change is between the earlier application form. You have curricular access, teaching learning, research, and you have infrastructure. You have the student, the support system and governance, and you have best practices. The earlier. Now he has changed the same thing into first input. Input you have first curriculum, infrastructure, and financial resources, and you have faculty resources. This is input. What you are giving input. And now process. Process number one is teaching learning. The process and teaching learning. Now the learning is the main rather than teaching. Now the paradigm to the learning levels, actually teaching is classroom teaching, chalk and talk. Learning is ICT, AI based learning. So learning is very important. Skill, knowledge, and attitudes you can give more in learning. So student, as I have told you, NEP 2020 is also learning. The management is more. LMS softwares you will be using Moodle and MOOC and other softwares you will be using for the ICT. So this we have discussed, Square portal, all that we have discussed. Now coming to this, the learning teaching is aspect very important. So it has got a lot of marks also. We can see in the learning process, 400 marks are there for the affiliated colleges, autonomous colleges 375, universities 325. Coming to this, if you take the extended curricular engagements, you'll be having clubs, hackathons, and you'll be having workstations and all outside. So this is about the outreach. And next one is governance and administration. You will be having various committees and governing body and the grievance redressal and internal complaints committee and anti-dragging and 30 committees will be there. And of committees, all that the centrally the sharing of we call it organogram, that is span of control. All these will be there in the governance and student outcomes. Just not told you, research I told you, sustainability I told you. Next, coming to the application.
Weightage for him, sir.
So actually, this is only a draft application. Real application now, maybe coming into force in few weeks, they say, and the weightages, individual weightages. Previous slide.
25% weightage you are given to the input.
Yeah, 25% weightage is given to input, and
How much for process, how much for outcome?
so actually total 900 marks, 100 marks for the distinctiveness or uniqueness. So 275 for affiliated college, 275 by 900 you will get the percentage for the input of that. And 400 by 900 if you do, you will get the, that is affiliated college, that is process. For outcome, 225 by 900 you will give the outcome. So the uniqueness is different. See, if you add this 275 plus 26. See, 900 marks are there. So 100 marks are for uniqueness, or you can say distinctiveness or best practices. These are the implementation. These besides the college, how it is in IQAC, how best practices you are following. So next. Actually, this is our sample benchmarks. That is, in the old application form, you have this. It's not the new application form benchmarks. Benchmarks means, see, number of add-on certificate programs in this one. Suppose you have got some 25 marks, you have got some 20 marks for this question. This is a quantitative question. 20 marks. Earlier 5 years data. Now in basic accreditation 3 years data. Now cumulatively 5 years after DVV verification, that means data verification validation, if you have 20, 25 and above, if you will be getting 4 level. 4 level means 20 advantage will be there, 20 into 4, 80 points you will be getting. Suppose if you have 15 to 20 range, suppose 16 value added courses are accepted by the DVV, you may have 300, 300 additional. DVV తర్వాత ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్. After DVV, how many the value added courses is being considered? So value added courses అంటే CE, C++, Python ఏవో పెడుతూ ఉంటాం. value added courses, ISL దానికి performance పెడుతూ వస్తుంటాం. ప్రతి ఇయర్ కు value added courses depending on the content beyond syllabus, we will have the added courses. అలా suppose 5 to 10, 5 to 15 in between if the courses are there, we will be getting 2 level. 2 level అంటే 20 into 2 plus 40 points. Ala, benchmarks are already displayed in the NAAC official website. So, you will be knowing the key. How many if you get after DVV clarification, number value added courses. You will be getting full marks, you will be knowing at the time of filling of the application form itself. So, you will be given with the key and lot, both. So, now, what you have to do is that some validation. How to have the value added course to by the, for example, value added courses certificate program is there. For that one, as per the benchmarks, 30 contact hours it should have minimum that value added courses. 30 contact hours. Second one, should have a brochure. It should have a flyer or it should have some curriculum, some syllabus, you have timetable, students participated, the attendance of the students, and photograph of it, and report of that, and certificate issued in the value-added course, and value-added course, the list of value-added courses should have all these evidences individually. ఒక్కొక్క దానికి ఈ ఎవిడెన్స్ అన్ని ఉంటే evidence is found to be genuine, then only you will have acceptance in the end. Now, in the NAAC application form, they are planning to have AI, artificial intelligence, because you will be knowing AI. AI is very DeepSeek and ChatGPT and Gemini. You can get a lot of information. So NAAC people, suppose if you have applied your application form, it is not so easy for them to find out whether it is genuine or whether it is digital. The analysis will be there. The photo, if you send it and if you submit the forged document, immediately they can gauge out. But thing is that sometimes the leverage will be given to some extent to the colleges which are the basic level, not colleges which are MBGL level, because they will be knowing much more about the NAAC process. So they are not allowed to do much. But the thing is that it's a crime. What we do is actually, suppose you have done a workshop, but you don't have workshop details, and the workshop genuinely then some details you have got, remaining details you don't have. In that case, what you have to do is that, see, IPSC should issue the circulars properly, and the departments have to develop the proper circulars and the attendance of the students and speaker biodata and the topic that he has explained. All these should be, the documents are very important in online evaluation of DVV. So, whatever you have done, so because of the data is being pulled in the earlier NAAC application form. They have removed the application form. Now they are planning to introduce the AI into the verification. So it's not so crazy to have the basic application form. You will be getting very easily the genuine data if you submit. You don't need to take anybody's help, and you can have your own this thing. Download the application form, read the manual will be there, read the manual, and fill up the application form as per the take the SOP, the standard operation procedures, and take the that is the benchmarks, and each question now the benchmarks are being set for the question to question. For getting more marks, more number you need. For getting the A plus, you will have more than 85% of the score. So majority of the questions, quantitative questions, are easy to find, but thing is that you should have that type of some research publication. So for faculty, if you have some togetherly, you have each faculty publications. So like an average also will be the lead in the NAAC process, and here the benchmarks are displayed. Next question. Sorry. Next question. Open, sir.
I don't course of that. As per the PCP, so the regulator, about multi-family policy.
Sir, please, sir, I have understood your question. Sir, add-on courses are not in the syllabus. They should be away from the syllabus.
Each subject like that. 36 hours total we have to cover.
So that's what, sir, one point is clear, sir. NAAC knows all these things. See, if you have 5 departments, for example, that is okay. For one department, you have according with the 25 value added, this stuff. But our regulation is like this. Sometimes what happens in holidays you have to utilize, and you have to plan the workshops, and you have to plan accordingly. See, there is a way for that. Even pharmacy colleges, management colleges, and business schools, they are also getting the working hours. They are changing morning and evening. It's not need that in the daily you put 2 hours. Every day you can run it.
What I said, that 66 is over.
So the regular timetable is from 9 to 4. In that. After 4, you can offer this. Sir, the organization expectation is that. So there is a sample calculation. What I have done. See, for the colleges already having accreditation, they will be knowing the sheet very easily. There will be, these are all quantitative questions. The value added courses, project internships, feedbacks, NAAC weightage is this. This is the weightage here. In the old application, what it is there. And here it is NAAC response. See, after DVV, what you are scoring is this. NAAC response. Benchmark is this. The benchmark suits to 4 level, you are getting 60 marks. That means 15 into 4, 60 marks. So all these points you will total and divided by NAAC weightage, you will have the grade. Simple. All the marks with the NAAC weightage and the benchmarks of NAAC and your score. And you will be getting your own score for each question. That into NAAC weightage, you will be getting the points. Total points divided by NAAC weightage. So you will be getting the DVV score for the CGP. Next one. Right. You can see here, 1864 points. They 864 by 621. The CGP of this college in DVV and quantitative, qualitative, this is against 621 marks. This is 621. Here you can see 621 marks for DVV. That means quantitative. 1000 minus 621. You have the again the 200 379 marks are there for field research. So there is a old application. Actually, new application for mark is so far they are not launched. So next. See, sir, so far any doubts you have got into interact with us? చాలా మెడికల్ కాలేజ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజ్ అడ్మిషన్స్ అప్లికేషన్స్ చాలా అడ్వైజర్ యూనివర్సిటీస్ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ యూనివర్సిటీస్ మీరు ఏ డౌట్
So basically, we want to different colleges.
కాలేజెస్ లో మీరు మూక్స్ అని స్వయం అని చెప్పారు కదా. ఈ స్వయంలో కానీ మూక్స్ లో కానీ మా రిలేటెడ్ కోర్సెస్ కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తాం. How will our students will apply to that?
You can give a mail to the corporate.
We gave so.
But the answers is
That you have discussed with vice chancellor.
Sometimes.
No, but that is nothing to do with vice chancellor and the university. That is at the national level.
Sir, you can have your own platform, Moodle. Moodle you can have, courses you can have, it's bit costly it is.
TEDx is also there, another platform. All of those platforms you have basic degree.
Sir, okay, it is only alternate. See, ICT, you can have courses physically also. In ICT, not only moves platforms, you will have Moodle, you have the space Anchor is there, and you have other technology-based video lessons.
CTL and Swayam sir, as per NEP 2020, if the student wanted to continue the course year and he wanted to get the honor program, the scope program is compulsory.
Sir, then actually NEP 2020 when it was launched in 29th July 2020, problems have come. They have been solving the issues one to one like that. The chairman for UGC also was telling Mamidala Jagadish, now he is retired earlier. He should take care any complaints from the universities or colleges to adopt it. See, these are all small things. You can have Kasturi Rangan, the chairman for the NAP 2020. Sridhar are also there. All people will be knowing them. So you email them.
Most of the courses are not being continued. Once the students start, they are stopping in between, no assistance and all. They being stopped, no certification. After listening to the classes, the
Actually, these are all for engineering university courses. It's being operated very much. So, okay. Sir, you can see this, your application form in future will be like this. Actually, it is in some of the workshops, NAAC officials, what they have displayed, I have been explaining to you. It's not my own. See, anything today, what I explained is the internet information, whatever it is, from my form. So now coming to this, you have a curriculum design. See now, the curriculum aligned to program outcomes and course outcomes, program-specific outcomes and course outcomes. In next slide. You can see this importance is given to outcome-based education, critical and creative thinking skills survival, experiential learning, problem solving, project-based learning, improving knowledge skills. These are all major I have covered in the pedagogy. On these next one, we go to the next one. See the outcome-based education basically for the affiliated colleges, it will be with the focus you have to do for learning of this. See, outcome-based education, OB philosophy is your institute vision, your department vision, your department mission, your institute vision. Vision is a futuristic statement. In future, what is your objective? What you would be? So that is your vision. And the mission to achieve your vision, what you should have in the field. That is the mission. The mission of an institute, if we take, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, to prepare world top class engineers. That is their mission. So one word. To have that in the intern, they have recruited high quality faculty, experienced faculty, high aptitude faculty, and they developed the infrastructure, and they have developed the research skills, attitudes to the students. Over a period of time, they have verified the competence of their students, and vision is being verified. And vision after developing of the vision over a period of time, they found that the other graduates are also doing well than their graduates. So their vision is to hire world top class engineers. So the other institutes in US and other countries are also doing well about other than them. Then they have studied what is happening. The committee they have appointed to study that why our engineers are not the toppers of toppers. Why the other institutes engineers are also coming. So that they have understood that on the survey they found that Some of the teachers, senior teachers are not teaching to the bachelor degree, BTech degree, they are teaching to the PG. So that's why, so they have changed some of the staff from PG to UG, thereby they have, most of the teachers in US always, all the teachers will be with PhD only, any university. By default, you can have any teacher with a PhD, and the universities are private universities and state universities, and a lot of funding will be there from the industries. See here, you can see this vision, mission, and PEO. That is PEO is program educational objective. It is career professional accomplishment, and next one is so this is about the how you develop a course, file, course plan, approve, allow, teach. Next one. Next one. The COs. Next one. This I have explained you. Vision, mission. Next. Take a vision and mission and conduct the brainstorming session and prepare the draft copy of vision and mission of the institute. Take views from feedback from the stakeholders, board of studies, and other academic committees, and review and revise the statement. Next. These are called as POs, that is program educational objectives. In OBE, vision, mission, program educational objectives, career, professional accomplishments. Then you have the first program should start 3 to 5. You will have preparation, core competence, brand, professionalism, learning environment. Next. Next. Rules to develop these things. What I have told you, vision I have told you, mission I have told you, PO I have told you. Next, COs, course objective. On completion of the course, students can able to remember, students can able to understand, students can able to apply, students can able to analyze, students can able to evaluate, students can able to create, design, and innovate. So like this, the COs will be developed with the curriculum. COs should be specific, COs should be time bound, COs should be measurable and achievable, realistic. And COs for a subject course, you will be writing based on these the content chapters. 5 to 6 COs you will be writing course outcomes. So basic the unit of teaching is the CO, that is for the teacher, course outcome, you call it as. Next. Next. So these Bloom's taxonomy levels, that's not what I have told you. This is lower level thinking levels, higher level thinking levels. In pedagogy, we have discussed this. Next one. See, what is this? A student create new point of view, creates. So this already I told you. Recall, remember. This with 100 meters water for that movie. Next. See, if a student can remember, then in order to know something, you must first remember it. Once if you remember it, you can understand it. Once if you understand it, you can apply it. Once if you apply it, you can analyze it. Once if you analyze, you can have the evaluation. Once if you evaluate with the data, you can create. So these are the next. Same thing, higher order, lower order. Next. See, these are the program outcomes. What do you mean by the program outcomes means? Skill, knowledge, and behavior. This we have studied in the pedagogy lecture. Skills, knowledge, and behavior, competence. One hand in between that the semicircle, that one you have one circle. All circles in between one circle is there, that is competence. See, what do you mean by the knowledge? And what do you mean by skill? What do you mean by the attitude? We have already covered this. See, the program outcomes are 12. Now they have changed it to 11. See, any engineering course, the NBA has designed, have given the 12 the program outcomes. So next board of accreditation. So this they have taken from ABET, Accreditation Board of Engineering and Technology. Right? And in this one, the basic one is fundamental knowledge, cognitive knowledge, problem analysis, and skill to have the problem analysis, critical reasoning, and the design and development, and you have complex investigation of problems, and you have modern tool usage, engineering and society, sustainability, and ethics, and you have multidisciplinary, and you have communication, project management, finance, and lifelong learning. These are the programs. Engineering చదువుకున్న చాలా మందికి టీచర్స్ ఇంకా టిప్స్ program outcomes and vision and course outcomes and they will be very popular. COP or calculation and whatever course level. They'll be dealing with engineering colleges, medical colleges, చాలా మంది నాన్ క్లినికల్ లో ఉండే ప్రొఫెసర్లు మెడికల్ కాలేజ్ లో వస్తారు. క్లినికల్ వాళ్ళు వెరీ వెరీ బిజీ. స్టూడెంట్స్ కూడా వస్తారు. For NAAC, NABL for establishment of distinct universities and all that we have to see. NEP 2020 ఇంకొకటి ఏం చెప్తుందంటే NEP 2020 is the education should be for all. That's quality education should be all. This one point. First, a college, that is affiliated college, then autonomous college. The crazy of autonomous has gone now. Now universities. Now there is no NAAC requirement for applying for universities, distinct universities. See, that is being exempted. 4.1 clause of the UGC that is being exempted. Now, individual private medical colleges are applying for distinct universities, and engineering colleges are applying for distinct universities. I am only giving advice for 12 distinct universities in the country, where top medical colleges, universities are applying for, and engineering colleges are applying for these inspections. I have also completed with a set of distinct units. We have been applying with the 5 schools if you have, 1 school even if you have, 4 schools newly we can start. And this is the process why they have introduced means a college should give certificate for each student. Not the, if you have your own university, they want to upskill, they want to upgrade the college to university in process, but some the regulatory aspects are also there, the condition. To satisfy a college to be university, it's not in a single day. It will be found top colleges now applied like Narayana, like Gokaras, like the SARS Gayatri, like so many colleges they have applied for their distinct new universities, and the application yearly final application they have received, and so far some 20 to 30 inspections have been conducted. It's in process. So the government of India is thinking to upgrade the autonomous colleges to distinct universities and deemed universities. That means a broad scope of widening of the education to many students they would like to have in NEP 2020. They have got some gazettes also they have released for the that is inspections are also in online inspections you have for the distinct universities, and education is now is for the common. That is the slogan of that is Atmanirbhar Bharat. That means lot of autonomy will be given and the private sector. But only thing is that if you maintain standard, your college will survive. If you don't maintain standard, automatically you will be the loser. So the competition is healthy competition. आप अच्छा पढ़ाओ, लड़का अच्छा पढ़ाए तो अच्छा output. So now what is here is that these are all these skills, different skills. Apart from these different skills, you will be having program specific outcomes. This was also for a program, so civil, mechanical, electrical, and programs will be there. For that programs, apart from these 12, you can have your own 3 to 4 the program specific the outcomes. That also you can have. Next, the non-credit courses which are not in the syllabus. Next, so this is the true application from what you are getting. This is a binary application from what you will be getting. The MBGL also same but high standard. The questions, the aptitude will be high compared to the others. Level 2 level questions, the intensity will be, density will be different from one level 1 to level 2, 3, 4, 5. Research aptitude also, Q1, Q2 journals and grants and suppose for example if you take the national institutes, grants will be very high. So you can see the Indian Institute of Science, one bridge, Chinabu bridge, one madam. She studied in JNU Kakinada, civil engineering. So See, the project is of 1500 crores more than that. The project is. But of the cleansing, what they have constructed. She assigned that job for, she has done that job for nearly 10 to 15 years. She worked on that project because you can see that global excellence colleges will have a lot of funds. Suppose if you take IIT Madras, they will have a lot of consultancy works. And Andhra University, they have got consultancy works because industry, institution, academia is one of these things, collaborations. And so many things will come. And faculty evidence, expertization, all these will also matter for this. See, this is the first question. You can see enrollment. That's percentage of admission get over. Next. See, feedback from the stakeholders, that is alumni, and you have the faculty, and you have the students, and there's a feedback on curriculum, that is students, teachers, employers, alumni, different form will be there, and online feedback, offline feedback will be there. Next. See, credited to adequate faculty resources. These it requires a number of full-time teachers. You can call this one as student faculty ratio. Student faculty ratio is see what is your sanction intake divided by available faculty. What you will get is student faculty. Your sanction intake all 4 years. Not so MBA calculation will be different for NAAC all 4 years. Engineering 3 years degree. That the calculation will be there. Next one. Faculty quality. The quality will be as PhD qualification. What is PhD in medicine? You call it as DM and DDO like that. PhD and Doctor of Science DS. And this next 70% of faculty should have PhD to get full marks in the last application form for this question. The second criteria, 70% of the faculty number, required number. It's somewhat difficult to have that many number, but in national institutes you have this number. And faculty development, you have got faculty development is empowering, or you can say that capacity building to the faculty. Means if you empower the faculty in turn will empower the students. This is training pedagogy. There are some programs, government of India has ARPIT is one of the Malavia mission. It is very popular, Malavia mission. 15 lakh the teachers, they would like to empower this annual refreshment course. You have to register into this online courses. ARPIT is very popular, Malavia mission. To have this NEP 2020 quality education, the teacher is to be updated. The teacher should upskill himself to upskill that. This is very, very important. ACT workshops are there, educations are there, UGC is there, ARPIT. That is next minimum 2 months. Next one is these are the infrastructure. Infrastructure is you will be knowing what you know as per the norms of ACT, NMC, as per the norms of university, you will be having UGC. Yes. Next. Learning resources. Just now we are talking. The total teaching process is polarized towards learning. So learning resources, what you have got? Books, digital resources, and next, what is the money spent on it? Next. And infrastructure, just now for the Divyangas, so washrooms, ramps, lift, and scribe for blind people to write. These are some of the facilities. Next. Ratio of capital income to capital expenditure. How many seats are there? What is your student fees? What is the income that you have got? What is the expenditure that you have got on the salaries? What is for R&D? What is for the major equipment purchases, library expenditure? Like the format will be there. That is academic infrastructure maintenance, central facilities maintenance. So these are all will be there. Next. Criteria 4, resources, financial controls and risk management. It's criminal law, it's external sector, risk management approaches. Others. The point access. The point assess the presence of financial oversight and risk mitigation strategies. Because yes or no. We have see all these audits systems go until you don't have added you can't have the document to show your income tax you have only, you will be getting the transitions. Next. Learning and teaching, this we have already discussed, sir. Group learning and teaching, individual. Whether you have or not in the binary, it's a very simple application. It's not, but in level 1, level 2, 3, 4, this will not be there. The question pattern will be different for them. For them, how they will be. The group learning. What are the exercises that you have done to your students? That you have attempted to the online document you have to show for the MBGL. So field teaching. Next. Learning management LMS. Do you have LMS? Yes or no? Answer this. See, basically the NAAC binary or basic application form will be encouraging the colleges to apply for the NAAC and to reduce the malpractices. They have given the open application form and the qualifying mark also they have reduced it in order to have the quality assurance system in the colleges over a period of time. It helps them a lot. Next, after binary, you will be coming to level 1, level 2. You will be knowing the various courses of your work, like SFR, like the infrastructure, like research publications, like financial resources. Like so many things you will come across once you start the process. As Vice Chancellor sir has told, wedding. When wedding comes, you will get all the things: purchase of glass, purchase of glue, purchase of the other required the cooking of all. So many things will like this. It is also once you study the application, you will come to know what is in and out of it. Next. See, online and blended learning never changes. This is what we have asked. See, students can do 40% courses for the semester in online. Is according to the UGC regulations. See, online is very easy to have. Even the real degree also, even when you are studying in this system, offline or online, IIT Hyderabad has introduced it. Students are coming into the final year, they are doing some projects and some special courses they have designed for the Excel students to have some. They have a collaboration with the Japan, some of the institutes and companies they are doing. I have seen the projects in that one. Professor V.S. Murthy is the director for that, and his podcast also there in the media. You can also view is how he has developed the IIT Hyderabad on par with the other 5 IITs. Now the IIT Hyderabad is treated to be one of the premier IITs on par with the other 5 IITs. Madras, Mumbai, that is Madras, Bombay, New Delhi, Kharagpur, Kanpur, all 5. This is also, Hyderabad is also taken to be the first generation IITs. So there if you see so many things, I could able to see the projects are very good research publications and the IPRs, a lot of the rating is there. NAAC is getting very good rating. So next. Internships projects, these are already over. What is internship? Internship is nothing but practically for a small time, for a small period, you are joining with a company team. Realistically, you are learning by doing or by demo also sometimes where they won't allow the student to do the things by viewing, by observing, by learning so many things of operational procedures. You will have the internship in the morning, not morning, before tea session, we have discussed a lot. What are the advantages of internships? Internships, ACCREDITATIon also is giving, and UGC is giving, and internship is very, very important after completion of the internship. And the same company, some of the students are getting placements. Either when you complete your course, they will be so giving a offer letter to join some of colleges. I have seen in Hyderabad, in Narayana, I've seen like we have colleges, the Bokaraz, Batuman, these colleges. They are many students. Internships are very popular. So the Above companies will be there. Companies will come, CBIT, MGIT. So like this, very good colleges. Internships are very popular in that. So next, and projects. Projects are also. The projects are for engineering and medicine and the PG projects are very popular. For degree, I will not much about that. Projects. Projects are the mini projects and major projects. Projects what we take in mini project will continue to be the same concept in the projects, even in the PG also same projects, even in the PhD also same projects. Which we can do in next. Next. See the earlier one. Earlier one. See, you can see placed with multiple choice questions, case study, projects, assignments, seminars. See, these are very important. You can see internships, case studies, and we have got the projects, assignments, seminars. The standard institutes, I have visited in US also. Berkeley, if you go to the Berkeley University in San Francisco, so there the teaching will be with experiential learning, all based on the how you do practically. The teachers will explain the practical things. Suppose, for example, if you go to Harvard Business School, see, I visited all these because I'm a frequent flyer to AS. I think I have got some business also there in US. I stay in California, channels, and Stanford is very near to my home. And Stanford University is one of the top universities. The concepts of various colleges I am telling you, Berkeley experience, and you have the Harvard case study. Case study means, suppose for example, you can say Arvindo High Hospital. What is the case study of I am Ahmedabad. Was given that case study. So we have been to Arvindo Hospital. Metro will be there. And when we study the Arvindo Hospital, basic case study is that the founder of the Arvindo Hospital, his motto, his aim is to eliminate the needless blindness. His concept is to eliminate the needless blindness. Means some of the poor people at that time, this was introduced, this hospital. Poor people, those who cannot afford to have specs, they need to have blindness. If they wear these specs, lenses, they can see, they can able to read, they can able to have. So with that motto it was started and we are not in Tamil Nadu. Likewise, case studies of Tata Docomo, Airtel, why Tata Docomo is lost, why Airtel is having profits, why Kodak is lost, why digital the digitalization of photography and videography all has come. All these case studies, why Andhra Raja is very good. So many like case studies. Conceptualization is there in the case studies. Experiential learning is very much in the top Indian institutes of management. And IITs also, you can see the learning process in IITs is very assignments will be there. Assignments are not like that. You have lesson and one student will copy it from a book and the same will be copied by all the students. Submitted teacher put 5 marks and then 5 to 5. Like that. That's not an assignment. Assignment is very valuable. Assignment is having a lot of the creativity and innovation in it, and it will be applied with a series of formulas and technology is there and programming, coding, and algorithm will be there in it, and the standard format you have to submit the assignment. And assignment should be validated. And assignments, you will see Army College, Bangalore, and the Coimbatore, PhD College of Engineering. The Army College principal, I know him, that is Subramaniam sir. See, a lot of learning centers, they have got Tesla, they have the brain engine, they have all the TCS and Infosys, who is strict like that in RV college, their fees is 65 lakhs per cadet student. RV college. The first year was they start the internships, they start the assignments. The curriculum itself is different. They have that facility. But here it is not the university curriculum, you have to fund projects, assignments, seminars, presentations, the next. So these are all remedial classes, bridge courses, enrichment, and these are all. See, for a slow learner, you need remedial classes. See, the section assesses the institution efforts to support diverse learning. It requires yes or no. The question for you is basically yes or no. Do you have or not? If you have, you have to upload the document. So that is the process. If you say yes, you have to upload the document. What is the document? Remedial teaching. See, in every college, you have a policy. Policy means this is slow learners advanced, 60% above advanced learners, 60% below slow learners. Okay. See, now coming to the bridge courses. Suppose, for example, lateral students are there. They didn't study some courses in the first year, but the original first year students. Sometimes bridge courses. For example, if you go to IIT, they will be having induction program. So the students who are coming from reserved categories, they will be having very tough to face the teacher in the class. So there will be a lot of aptitude is required to have. There are so many students who have discontinued the courses. So to reduce that, what they have done is induction programs, preparatory classes, professor to student interaction, and the counseling and mentoring and close interaction with the teachers. And now it has come down the pressure they have reduced on the students because majority of the students will go into the IITs with Narayana, Sri Chaitanya, somewhere, Madhab, something. Their attitudes will be different. When you go to IITs, it's an experiential learning. When you're doing IIT, you have to crack the problem on your own. See, there is no notes for it, there is no questionnaire for it, there is no every week. See, the assignments are very tough. I have visited some of the conferences in IITs. So now coming to this I can tell you a lot, but it is sufficient for you. Next. So these are the extended curriculum, clubs, activities, institutional participation, industry involved, and professional bodies involved, hackathons. Next. The extended curriculum in this one, activities, institutional participation. Next. Mental well-being and clubs activities. Next. Meditation, yoga. This is one of the to have meditation will give you a lot of energy, and the health well-being and yoga. Yoga will give you the neuro, the transmissions of your the body will become very active. So the yoga and breathing session and asana, so many things you have got. Indian knowledge system in any what is special education policy, Indian knowledge system. Indian knowledge system is one where yoga is there, Vedic science is there. So if you take these students, these vast students will not be what is Panchatantra, what is Ramayana, what is Mahabharata. So these are this generation students. They are not knowing because we also don't have time to discuss, and it is not there in the syllabus also. So the NUP 2020 it has introduced these Vedic sciences and IKS, the Indian knowledge system. So just now what we have studied, the what we call it as the learning by the Mamulga Bhagavad Gita, Vedas and what. Patanamu, Mananamu, Acharanamu, there are key words which are there in long back. See, they grow chala. For the century of Inkalle, we have this, all this. ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇంగ్లీష్లో చదువుతుంటాం. Say reflection experience and you reflect that you know when you are finished, you will have the next confidence and words and actions. So like this, Gandhi, the slogans. This was one of the best things అంటే ఇప్పుడు మామూలుగా ఇవన్నీ కూడా in Indian knowledge system, we have culture, heritage, and our traditional knowledge is also there, and education of the uh, artisans, and the geography. So many things are there in the knowledge system. Next, value education requires a courses value education, credit, non-credit, lecture seminars, sports clubs, teams and activities. Next, community focused activities. Yes or no? Yes or no? The question is that if you have yes, then you have to give the document online. 900 marks are for online. You say yes, you have to have it. Suppose for example, improve gender ratio. What do you mean by gender ratio? There are two types. One is faculty gender ratio. Another one is student gender ratio. Male, female. Suppose regional diversity is important. That is gender sensitivity. That is suppose 50% students if you have in the institute, in NAAC you will get full marks. Suppose 20% of the faculty, women if you have, you will get full marks. So what is the ratio of these? You may be knowing this gender ratio is now. Once when we were studying very few engineering colleges, medical colleges, the ratio of the women girls will be less. Now it is almost they have franchising their own the teaching opportunities into technical things. This is opportunities are also there. Parents are also encouraging. And the gender sustains. Next, so that clean village, these are all the extended curriculum. See, these are all you said an experience. In colleges, all these outside, student is getting experience. See, mental, the you have too much. If you see the fields, if you go to village, you will learn the culture of the village, dignity of labor if you work. See, if you do things, if you go for some poverty in the villages, and cleanliness, and roads, infrastructure, hospital facilities, thereby you can learn many things. Next, hygiene related activities, blood donation camps, medical camps. If you have yes, then you have to submit the documents. What is the blood donation camp that you have done? How many students are given to that? Who is the doctor came? What is the photograph that you have? A report on it. How much A, and B and blood groups you have, blood groups you have collected that data, submit signature of the medical officer in association with any Lions Club or something you have conducted that report. Sir, NAAC wants if you have yes, you have to submit these documents, blood donation camps, promoting village schools, and education rural students, and any other place specific. What do you mean by medical camps? Medical camps means you will be reaching this outreach program. You will be going to them, and you are finding the difficulties in their various types of chronic and the diseases that they are suffering, and for that remedies what are there, you will be suggesting. And next one, adoption of villages. This is degree colleges this excellent program. Adoption of villages. You will go to the students will go to the villages and they explain their various schemes of the government that they are doing, and they explain about the toilets. They explain about the lifestyle, how they have protected themselves on the urbanization, and to keep up their health and infectious diseases protection. Next, adoption of the institutional development. This is very, very important for the institutional governance plans. IDP. I'm an advisor for IDP, JPH, and some other colleges, engineering colleges. And, what is Institute Development Plan? Institute Development Plan is your future Bible or manual for you, future manual. What is your teaching staff? What is your curriculum? What is your teaching resources? What is your research? Everything will be included in that Institute Development Plan. The manual document of the institute, that strategies all will be there in it, one to one. Yes, next. Effective leadership is reflected in the various institutional processes through adequate representation of stakeholders in decision making, delegation of administrative powers, delegation of financial powers. See, delegation of administrative powers is Andhra income to engineering and we will be having the women empowerment committee. All committees will attend the events and prepare a report, committee agenda, meeting minutes, and report will be submitted to the director or principal. Principal will enact the action will be taken. And there will be a parallel and vertical, and principal also can inquire on his own sources whether the committee has submitted correct information. So many things are there. So next, delegation of parents powers. Immediate for immediate use, the interest amount should be given to the principal and the HODs. If you say yes, you have to submit all these documents. See, the formula is this. You say yes, you have to do this. This is one of the application form given in one NAAC workshop. This may be there, may not be there. Few changes may be also there. Real application form should be confusion. Next. Criteria 7, attribute governance and administration. In this, the quality assurance. See, what is quality assurance? Quality assurance is very, very important for IQAC. For every university, 10 to 15 professors will be there in IQAC. IQAC has got FPPs, seminars, workshops, years past percentage, admissions, foreign admissions, and the research grants. The three criteria will be discussed in the IQAC. And placements, package of placements, rankings, how they are getting. Very criteria of this. IQAC is very important in quality assessment. And they suggest the even for POs, even targets, everything. That is IQAC is very important. So IQAC coordinator is almost engaged in taking some assignments and IQAC meetings very frequently. There will be 21 members committee will be there in IQAC. HODs will be members and the Vice Chancellor or the senior the director or principal will be the chairperson in that and coordinator will be there. And the team members will be there, HODs will be there, senior members. IQAC is a big task. Right? IQAC circular, agenda, meeting, minutes, resolutions, and action taken. Next. So all these should be displayed in your website, committees, IQAC, and Twitter list for the NAAC institution. There will be a set of all documents should be transparently on the So they are also verified from the website. So students employee welfare. So students and employee welfare. Some group insurance and teaching staff. Some needy students, life insurance and peer and next. Employability, life skills workshops, personality development, aptitude development, communication, sales, order that is. So these are all this we have studied in the pedagogy. What is that? Personality development, life skill development, communication. These are required for to get the jobs. You will have rounds. Means the technical round will HR, written test, technical round, HR round, personal rounds will be there. Personality. So all this text. Grievance letters. This is very popular. So university level, 100% will be there. Remaining will be there. So this anti-ragging you should have on police officer in it. And internal complaints committee is nothing but women harassment, something. And grievance letters. Equal for SC, ST, any other. Yes means you have to upload the document. So this is for e-governance. You have the e-governance documents that is in tab and you have some of the see NAD implementation, ABC, administration, management, paperless, use of e-governance, ERP, any other e-governance. ERP is always faculty retention. Faculty retention is calculated from KYM2. M2 is in MBA M1 also. Then NAAC గడిచిపోయిన సంవత్సరాలను తీసుకుంటాం మీరు ఇప్పుడు NAAC అప్లై చేయాలంటే this is 24, 25, 1. So If you apply now, 23, 24, 22, 23, 21, 22, data will apply. ఇంకొక 2 నెలల తర్వాత పోతే అప్పుడు 25, 26 సిఓఐ ఉంటుంది. సిఓఐ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ నాట్లో ఉంటుంది, ఎంబీలో ఉంటుంది. గడిచిన సంవత్సరాలు అంటే 24, 25, 23, 24, 22, 23 డాక్యుమెంట్స్ మీరు అప్లోడ్ చేయాలి. మిగిలినవి అవసరం లేదు. స్పెసిఫికల్లీ ఆన్లైన్ అప్లికేషన్ ఫామ్లో అలా లెవెల్ క్వశ్చన్ పక్కకు ఉంటుంది. తర్వాత యూఆర్ఎల్ అప్లోడ్ కూడా ఉంటుంది. అప్లోడ్లో 100 కేజీలు అప్లోడ్ చేయొచ్చు. లింక్ లోపలికి not 100 kg, 100 kg. So you can upload. So next, faculty retention. By name, same person should be there to the calculating mark of the year. And over a nail in the one CM law is there. Same CM law, if it is there in this year, then that is retention. It is not the count. It is by name the person should carry forward to the next year. So next. Student enrollment is percentage. 90% above 2 points, 80% above 3 levels, 75%. Then 60 to 80% 2 levels, 50% above 1 level. Below 50% no points. So like this, first enrollment. Last 3 years enrollment. Enrollment at the institute level. If you have one program, good enrollment, other program, overall it will be good. College level, any course will be. College level, ఎంతమంది పిల్లలు చైనా ఇంజనీరింగ్ కొద్దిగా మెకానికల్ వాళ్ళకు తక్కువ జనాలు ఓవరాల్ కంప్యూటర్ లో ఫుల్ జనాలు ఉంటారు ఓవరాల్ గా. So next, students system తీసుకుంటారు. ACCREDITATION ఎంత పర్మిషన్ వచ్చింది, యూనివర్సిటీ ఎంత పర్మిషన్ వచ్చింది అప్లికేషన్. సో ఆ నంబర్ వరకే తీసుకోవచ్చు. జియోలో ఎంత ఇచ్చాము దట్ మీన్స్ యూ హావ్ టు సబ్మిట్ ది అప్రూవల్ లెటర్స్, అప్లికేషన్ లెటర్స్ టు ది NAAC ఆఫీస్. సో ఫర్ వెరిఫికేషన్. నెక్స్ట్, పాస్ పర్సెంటేజ్. పాస్ పర్సెంటేజ్ ఫైనల్ ఇయర్ ఎంతమంది రాశారు, ఎంతమంది పాస్ అయ్యారు. అపియర్డ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ అండ్ గ్రాడ్యుయేటెడ్ స్టూడెంట్స్. Graduated by appear into 100 is the pass percentage. Pass percentage has got so many things in MBA. First year pass percentage, second year pass percentage, third year pass percentage. NAAC requires only graduated. How many of them? It's pass percentage. Overall, the stipulated period, how many are there? So next, graduate progression. See this one, the graduates, higher education, placements, employment, self-employment. This is a big point. Placements. Generally in the final year, so many companies will come to the engineering colleges where the students will write the written test, 60% above marks and benchmarks with their qualifying marks. So they will write, then next round they will go and they will be having technical skills in different rounds. Finally, the company will give you offer. That is the package of services. We are offered with the service also like that. ShatabdiVani, and Infosys, and Microsoft. So many companies. So placements and employment. See, major NEP 2020 policy is the youngster generation is high for our country. And this many jobs, government can't provide or any government jobs the students cannot get. That's why our Prime Minister, Government of India is saying, you build the students, you make the students from the childhood education with the skills, knowledge, so that they can live on their own, they can work on their own, they can start a firm, they can have their own ideas, they can practice on their own. Instead of working in government sectors, there are some other the placements, they can have more ideas. You have to prepare them to self-sustain themselves. That is the idea. That's autonomy is the main thing, the private sector. So Nowadays also, see, when you are studying as a competition for the faculty in government colleges and universities. So many students are just getting coveted jobs and going there. And now the faculty who are there, they go to universities also. So because of money is there in the computer, everybody is getting there. So very few are teaching though it is a noble profession. All rankers are not opting. Not in case of art. Some are opting. So majority are opting. The graduate progression is over places. Next. Awards prizes. See, awards are national, state level, and international level awards. Awards. Student awards. Outstanding performance in extended curriculum sports, state, regional, national, international. International events, yes. We could afford it. State level awards. For universities, okay. For colleges. కొన్ని స్టాండర్డ్ మార్క్స్ మెయిన్ బేసిక్ లో ఈజీగా క్వాలిఫై ఇప్పుడు ఓన్లీ ఎనీబడీ సార్ ఇవన్నీ మామూలుగా డాక్యుమెంట్స్ ఇంటర్నెట్ లో దొరుకుతాయి యూ కెన్ ప్లాన్ అండ్ యూ కెన్ డూ ఈ వర్క్ షాప్ సెమినార్స్ ఆన్ యువర్ ఓన్ అండ్ యూ కెన్ డూ ఇట్ సర్టిఫికేషన్ నెక్స్ట్ learning experience students alumni. See, alumni meetings will be there. Will be, say, meeting in a year once, and batches will be there. This was batch 2000 batch, 2011 batch. So, like that, alumni meetings will be there. Alumni is giving a lot of grants to the colleges. Usmania University, alumni is giving a big lot constructed. And Kakatiya University also, alumni lot constructed. Very big lot constructed. So, alumni, noted alumni were there, distinguished alumni. So, here, Andhra students, knowledge are there. Big personalities are there. Next, external research grants means PhD, DPT, ACT, UGC, and the earth sciences. So many and new energy. Uh, um, Renewable and new energy for solar and wind power. So many grants are there to apply for that. FBB programs and RPS and Natitech. And you have young scientists. You have so many grants are there. Stanford. ఇవన్నీ కూడా పోర్టల్ ద్వారా అప్లై చేయాలి. So next, external grants, consultancy, other things. Next, research grants, research publications, Scopus, PCK, H-index, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 journals, index journals, citation index, Google Scholar, like this you have types of Scopus, H-index, and the DOI, so many things are there in this. The quality of publication, I'm telling you. See, the section of focus on PhDs awarded. See, PhDs, it requires the number of PhDs awarded in the institution during the last years. Faculty, PhD awarded. So, since colleges don't have power to have enrollment of PhDs, only thing that you can say that this question is very distinct. Number of PhDs awarded by the institution for eligible guidance in the last years. So, question is for universities, it's not for affiliated colleges. So, if the affiliated college means the meaning that I have told is, among your faculty who are awarded, that's one question. Actually, universities, how many of their PhD admitted students are awarded? So, like that, getting in MBGL, full-time teachers eligible for guides. Last, next. See, guide sheet will have a notification. University will give a notification. Pursuant to that notification, you have certain conditions will be there, set of guidelines will be there. Should have 2 nationals, 2 international, and some minimum 2 years after PhD awarding, and some other specific requirements will be there. If you apply, research committee will be there. They call you, and you have to attend that. They validate your credentials, and you are on par with the rules and regulations of the R&D of committee of the university. They give you guides approval letter. Thereby, you can have a chance to guide the students of semi-affiliate universities. Provided if you are maybe interlocate, external, maybe so many things will go next. Community activities. See, community activities are also outcomes and stressing about initiatives, community activities. See, NCC, NSS, community activities, even the collaborations. Next. Wastewater management, that is percolation, rain harvesting pits, and bunds and use of water and biowaste management plants, any other harvesting structures like renewable recharge. Next. If you say yes, yeah, solar energy, wind energy is emission free. Next. Energy audit, green audit, and clean campus beyond is next. See, so this distinctiveness is one best practice. This gives 100 points. This is the peer evaluation tomorrow. What do you mean by this? Best practice is one which is unique to your college or your university or your department. Say for example, financial support. So your institute is giving scholarships to the students. The poor students who are supported or merit students who are supported. Institutional scholarships. If you are offering through a funding of your society or your college, then that is one of the best. Another best practice is that you have a unique, specific training programs are there, finishing school courses, and learning system, company specific trainings, and preparing the students for high thinking levels, programming, coding, and the robust training programs that you have, then that is one of the best practice. Actually, this best practice is for engineering it is very common. For degree colleges, it is one of the best practice. And research is one of the best practice. And the entrepreneurial development programs, that is also one of the best practice. And community development is one of the best practice. You are establishing a relation with the villagers and communities, groups, whereby you are enriching your students and they are learning a lot of things which are there realistically in the society. This is one of the best practices. And other best practices are like every student should give on his birthday blood donation. And every student of the college on his birthday he has to give blood donation. That is also one of the best practices. Best practices. So likewise, there should be unique, distinctiveness. Distinctiveness means odd one out, which is not there in the syllabus. You are only doing. You are only doing means syllabus. You have 100% results. It's a distinctiveness. You have 100% the quality placements. That's a distinctiveness. That means average placement. You have all professors with PhD. That's a distinctiveness. Or as per now, see. So distinct means which is uniqueness of your icon. That's called distinctiveness. So distinctiveness 100 marks. Peer learning, you have to have set of evidences for that. That is, checking of the best practice or the distinctiveness. And practice of the best practice, what you are doing, evidence in practical, realistically. And evidences of the best practice and outcome of the best practice. See, most of the application are input based, process based, and outcome based. And the system education is in outcome based. Outcome based education, outcome based curriculum, and the outcome based students outputs, outcome based faculty outputs, that is research publications, outcome based sustainability development. Everything is outcome. You are storage effort. నాకు రిజల్ట్ చెప్పాలి నేను పడుకున్నా నిద్రపోయినా చదివినా యూనివర్సిటీ అంత చెప్పాను వచ్చిందా రాలేదా కాకతీయ వచ్చిందా ఆంధ్ర వచ్చిందా రాలేదు అది చెప్తున్నాను అవుట్కమ్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ There is no time for your relatives, for your parents. Say to the parents. That is even accreditation also. This the qualitative why they have removed weightage, why they have reduced the names. It's all storyboard. You can say that. It's a you will be writing this, but actually it's very comprehensive. The meaning of peer this thing is very high. But simply without knowing it, if you are writing in the 500 verse, 600 verse, it's not bad. It should reflect the reality in your institution. Then it will have. So quantitative basic application form is 90% will be quantitative. That means number game. Value-added person, this one, yes, this one. So faculty number, this one. And this the faculty. And experience of the faculty, this many years. So all member game will be more into this. MBGL is different, level 1, level 2. That is a high competition, a neck and neck competition will be there. Here is a simple application. See, I think this will be 99% result will be there, provided you are genuine. Because AI will verify all this. The NAAC application, robust system they would like to introduce in it. So realistic things, even a bed also, at least one of the new realistic things in the American application. So realistic things and realistic things you develop in your college. Small things. Take the application, study the criteria, and do it on your own. It's not a process. You will be qualifying in this. See, in NAAC basic application form, qualified, not qualified. That's it. అంటే మనకు అప్లికేషన్ వస్తుందా అప్లికేషన్ రాకుండా ఏది ఏఆర్ బిఆర్ సిఆర్ వన్ రిజెక్షన్ అప్పుడు గవర్నమెంట్ కూడా ఇంటర్మీడియట్ ర్యాంక్ కూడా 1, 2, 3 అని వేసుకొని కాంప్లికేషన్స్ యూ డూ ఇట్ 1, 2 అలా సో ఎక్కడో కాంపిటీషన్ వచ్చిన ర్యాంక్ కూడా తీసుకొచ్చిన ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ కొనుక్కున్నారని ఇంకోరు కాంపిటేట్ చేయడం ఇవన్నీ ఎందుకని గవర్నమెంట్ రిమూవ్ నవాల్సింది నా గ్రేడ్ సిస్టమ్ వేరియస్ సిస్టమ్స్
To be honest, if we discuss why level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5.
Sir, those are peer institutions.
It is only
to define.
Again, it is a grade, kind of a grading.
Yeah, that is some marks should be there, some answers should be there. You have to have a scheme for that, but to reduce the temperament among the public competition. Oh, my college is available place. And 100% placements like this.
Only thing is they are not giving any score, but grading is always there. We cannot say no to that.
Sir, actually, the process, a question will be there, answer will be there. For that answer, different marks will be there, depending on how many you have scored, and consolidation of total marks, and total maximum marks, you will be getting the percentage. Without that, they can't decide any level or anything. But thing is that the outcome is expected more in level system. And somebody has started one program. A class వచ్చింది ఒకటి ఏదో సిస్టమ్ కొత్త ఎగ్జామ్స్ వచ్చింది ఇంకొక సిస్టమ్ తెలియదు ఇప్పుడు అందరూ ఈ గ్రేడ్ సిస్టమ్ లో చాలా యాప్స్ ఉన్నాయి గోయింగ్ ఫర్ లెవెల్ సిస్టమ్ Public nurturing.
So that's it.
Yeah. See, something should be there. A document is to be evaluated. How come it is? How level will they give? Level should have some percentage of marks or some benchmark should be there. You are saying level 5 is global excellence. Level 1 to 4 are national excellence. Okay. Submitted. MBGL you can ask and basic application form. On any accreditation you can ask, even in MBA, distinct universities, related to education.
So actually, Mano, EP professor, OA and DCM are all that admission is not good. సో అక్కడే అడ్మిషన్స్ అనేది స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఏ కేటగిరీ స్టూడెంట్ వస్తున్నాడు, ఏ కోర్సులోకి వస్తున్నాడు, వాడు ఫ్యామిలీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఏంటి, వాడి క్యాస్ట్ ఏంటి, అన్ని అక్కడ రికార్డ్ అయిపోతున్నాయి. నెక్స్ట్ లేయర్ లో కాలేజ్కి వస్తుంది. కాలేజ్కి వచ్చిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ మేము వర్క్ చేయవలసి వస్తుంది. అంటే డేటా డూప్లికేషన్ ఏమో చేస్తున్నాం కానీ ఎక్కడ నుంచి డేటా మ్యాపింగ్ కానీ డేటా ఇప్పుడు జరుగుతుంది సార్. ఏ వచ్చింది సార్, అదే ముందు నేషనల్ లెవెల్లో మేము ఐసీలో కూడా డేటా వేస్తాం సార్. ఐసీలో వేసిన డేటా ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఒక 30% ఇంట్లో ర్యాంక్ లో ఉంది. బట్ ఐసీలో వేసిన డేటాను కూడా ఎక్యుములేట్ చేసుకుంటే ఐ డోంట్ థింక్ సో దిస్ నాక్ మేము అగైన్ సెపరేట్ గా చేయాలని లేదు అనుకుంటున్నాను.
This was one institute, one nation, one data is there. One data faculty list is there, and it will be useful for MBA, it will be useful for NAAC, it will be useful for university.
Application, sir. You have to have
your own things. Once you get the data, government is a big issue, sir. It's a regulatory authority.
So when scholarships ఉన్నాయి, జ్ఞానభూమి ఒక పోర్టల్ ఉంది. ఈ జ్ఞానభూమి పోర్టల్ ని, ఓఎంబీసీ పోర్టల్ ని, కాలేజ్ పోర్టల్ ని, యూనివర్సిటీ ఏబీసీ ఆల్రెడీ స్టార్ట్ చేశారు.
వాటిని ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేస్తే చాలా కథలు.
అది ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేస్తున్నంత వర్క్ ఈజీ అయిపోతుంది సార్. అది నేను
What is the point of getting all these accredited unless we get financial support from students?
Please, if you have NAAC accreditation, you will be getting grants like 2F, 12B, and NAAC.
This is up to 12th class, after 12th class, we didn't get
Actually, grants.
Minister of Education or UGC or from.
Yeah, madam, I tell you, getting of grants depends on so many factors. First factor
But
is
getting of accreditation depends on the factor of financial.
it is only eligibility it will give. NAAC, NBA, or RPS, you will be, your application will be considered for evaluation. Yeah, it's quality assurance. Quality assurance. Suppose, for example, so many things awareness you will be having once you apply for that. The grants, madam is there. Madam is having profile. Profile is the principal investigator profile is very important. And the credentials, domain expertise, and research publications, and the grant linked project proposal what you have submitted, and the scheme is having how many lakhs.
I'm not asking about the individual projects. She's not asking about this. I'm not asking about the individual projects or patents. Not like that. I'm asking about the institutional advantage of getting all these grants. We are asking for NAAC and we are being asked for that accreditation everything. But we are not getting support from any of the educational authorities.
Madam, I understand. Actually, it is actually NAAC accreditation is there, NBA accreditation is there. You have placements. Stakeholders, you will have good admissions. Institute will have good admissions. If you have good admissions, you will get salary on first week. And if you don't have admissions, it's a problem for you. And NAAC accreditation, the other college is having, you are not having. They will say that we have NAAC accreditation, we have NBA accreditation. And on competition, parent will evaluate, student will evaluate the standards of the institution. As an outsider, the impact will be there on the NAAC, as well as there is still belief is there for the parents on NAAC accreditation and MBA accreditation and autonomous institutions and university A-grade institutions. So it is only to attract the admissions and to have some of the societal impact on the institutional grading.
I can't think so. Sorry. Our college is a year's grade institution in Shatabdi. But BSc honors physics school was not coming.
Question, madam.
If that is the case, what you are telling is if there is a grade for the institution, so it is not. No, that is not the case.
Actually, the private managements They want they want the all accreditation feathers in their cap. Accreditations are national platform, whereas state level honors making mandate which is not being taken by the students. Even if you have NAAC, Siemens, state government projects, skill development projects, computers, so many things are given to colleges.
Whether the student is taking that particular course or not, it doesn't yes, but that is also
in Maharashtra, if you have NAAC, scholarship will be given to students. If you don't have NAAC, scholarship will not be given.
see, today the trend is everybody wants computer science. Whether you like it or not. Yes. So even the basic engineering degrees are also suffering. So even your degree qualifications. So, I mean, it's not like, when you go to the north, you don't have only engineering or medicine. They also take the other fields like law, they take the tourism, they take up several many fields. Economics, commerce. But now in South, when you look, in first standard itself, we join them in IIT coaching. What will the student do in first standard at an IIT coaching? So the parent attitude is the student has to go to engineering or medicine, that to IIT. So from day one, we will join them in a school where they get spondylitis instead of getting normal IIT study or whatever. So we are killing their childhood, we are killing their vision, we are killing whatever their spirit within the career. So it's there in everybody's hand, it's not there in the city. So this is a point where you all have to think about also. Why certain courses are not taken. For instance, when they're asking for any improvement in the college level, they have to encourage the colleges in any one of the ways. As your people are the higher officials, you may go and everywhere, who are the member of that, please mention that what points I will take a feedback and everything. So, thank you very much for taking your time and for one more question.
That's right. They actually in autonomous 5 years, 10 years, and 10. For B grade, they are giving 5 years. For binary also, they will open 5 years. They have to go for NB. No. For binary, they will do. The purpose of that is 5 years, not 10 years. If you have A grade, 10 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Madam Ramasudha, Madam Garu, Professor Electrical Engineering, IPSC Director, and Ananda Gajapati Raj Garu, and Vintro Garu, and some list I have. Actually, list. Yeah, total IQSC team. I am very thankful to Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajeshekar Garu, from the IQSC team, for giving me an opportunity to participate in Andhra University ShatabdiVani lecture series. And so you have the our work, you came here and you attended this workshop. We extend our warm thanks to all of you and hope if you have any doubts, you contact ACCREDITATION team. They will be giving you very simple application form, which is binary. And mature based grade levels, when and there, when the application form has come, madam will be enough awareness, because you are in nurturing institutes of diagnosis. Thank you very much for all IQSC.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much on behalf of Andhra University family. I call it family. was a long part of our life. Thank you very much. Thank you for sparing your time and staying so long and asking.
నా ఫోన్ మేడం ఒక ఫోటో
You should have taken it in the beginning of the
రివైజ్ ఉన్నాయి ఫోన్ లో